I don't believe that they found anybody with this balloon.
It's a story that even today sounds unreal.
I mean, a 6-year-old kid flying untethered in a balloon.
They turned the world upside down for 2.5 hours.
Former 9 News photojournalist Brian Willey remembers when the Larimer County Sheriff's Office asked 9 News to help them search for a missing 6-year-old boy from Fort Collins. They believed Falcon was trapped in this homemade helium balloon.
The sheriff himself had called our news director and verified and said, you know, this is a legit emergency. It was literally like finding a needle in a haystack.
Brian was on the ground communicating with our helicopter pilot. He says the balloon was in the air for over 2 hours before landing.
I wasn't going to drive through this farmer's field. I had to run.
It landed about 12 miles northeast of DIA.
I was thinking about my own life, and my own son was the same age as Falcon.
Sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath.
It was hard because I thought I was telling the parents at the same time that their boy was no longer in the balloon.
There's no basket, and they're not pulling anybody out of it at this point.
Turns out Falcon was hiding in an attic.
A lot of people's time and energy that were affected by this. And again, it was all for nothing. It was all fake.
Eventually, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office called this a hoax. Falcon's parents, Richard and Naomi Heene, pleaded guilty. They were pardoned in 2020. Attorney David Lane represented Richard at the time.
You can look at it and say, maybe they knew Falcon was not in that balloon, and maybe they did it all for the fame of it all. But maybe not, which is, by definition, a reasonable doubt.
People closely involved have different feelings from that day.
It was all such a staged event just to get a TV show, and I guess in the end, they got what they wanted.
America has the emotional stability of a hormonally crazed adolescent. And if America thinks, oh my God, did we get hoodwinked? They will react in a completely over-the-top, yelling and screaming.
But these men agree Netflix's use of Trainwreck seems fitting.
It was literally a train wreck.
Amanda Gilbert.
The finished product is still a train wreck.
9 News.
Amanda did reach out to the family who moved to Florida after the incident. She did not hear back. Before being pardoned, Richard Heene pleaded guilty to a felony charge of attempting to influence a public servant. His wife, Naomi Heene, pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge.
I was just talking to Kim because Kim was here. You reported on it in the Netflix series. It shows you there. What was that feeling like?
Well, Brian and I both, our sons were born like a week apart. And it was the most, I think it was impossible to describe the moment you're seeing this thing flying, assuming, believing the family that the child is in there. And at one point along the way, they say something fell from the balloon, and that was just crushing to all of us and really to the whole country. And I heard from people watching around the world. I mean, it really was a traumatizing thing. Adam Chodak, who was our reporter in northern Colorado, he's now a news anchor in Rochester, and he was saying he doesn't think he can watch this. It was a really difficult day for him to relive this. And, you know, I mean, thankfully, no one was hurt, but it was an event that none of us will forget.
No, unbelievable.
None of us will ever forget, so.